dear representative. What is your real name?
I'm you. You is me. Yusufayed. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance again.
Yusufayed?
Mm-hmm.
Yusufayed.
Nice to meet you. Pleasure. Oh.
You see this like intense look in her eye, kind of looking back at you and trying to figure out the right words.
Well.
Look, you were born Exandrian before we took you back to the Fae. You were born under a flash of that ruddy-ass moon, and since we brought you back, that moon's been showing through in the Feywild where it wasn't supposed to be. No one believed us, and we've been looking into it for a while. And so we had to take something to help us figure out what the hell is going on.
Wait, I was born under a...
Choose, you believe me or you believe this person.
Okay. I produce, my flame blade at 3rd level, and I stick it into your belly.
Okay. At this point, I think we're gonna roll initiative. Holy shit!
Where'd you go?
I know Erika is here. Got lots of money.
Oh, man. Guys, that was a sexy 20 minutes. Holy cow.
It's not prop money. This is my own personal stash.
Sure it is.
We don't want to kill you, but also we let you go. You can't just go killing Fearne's parents either. I'm so conflicted.
I turn into Imogen.
Ooh.
Laudna, why would you want to hurt me?
Okay. Oh, I don't like that though. I don't like that. No.
Birdie's still above the table and like at a 5-foot diagonal from you, but it's right there, yeah.
Can I grapple?
If you'd like to, yeah.
I'm going to rage and grapple.
Okay.
So,
So bonus action to a rage. Go ahead and for that it'd be an athletics check.
All right.
With advantage. Because of your rage.
See what I get, just so I have. Oh, this is fun. Cool. This will help a lot. Athletics check.
Mm-hmm.
19.
19.
Minus a d4.
Minus a d4, indeed. That brings it to a 16. So you have Birdie grappled. As Birdie's about to leap off the table towards the entrance doorway, hoping to just push past the tiny, angry gnomish man who's currently standing in front of it. You go ahead and...
We're all sitting down and calming the fuck down!
Okay, with that, you now have Birdie grappled. Her speed is 0. She cannot move. Stuck under those. You don't know what you're doing!
Elaborate!
Alrighty.
You feel your own blade pressed into the small of your neck, and you feel Orm's blade pressed into the small of your back.
You also heal 4 hit points. Ouch.
How long does that last? How long does that aura last?
I get to do it 10 times.
Not too bad.
I say
So it's 1 minute.
out loud to Birdie. I know you're trying to do the right thing, but from the looks of it, you're the bad guy.
Gives you a confused look.
How do you know the Nightmare King?
I knew it!
What? How?
I knew it!
How do you... What?
Run a battle.
Look, some things are bigger than quabbles, and Ira's done some bad stuff in the past, but it's the only person that can help us with this thing that's much bigger than all of us.
He tried to kill us. Perhaps he had some good points.
He mentioned he ran into you, but he didn't kill any of you.
Well, he
Ira?
tried.
That was I remember we talked. They kept saying.
Of course I remember.
bad man doing a lot of bad things.
And there's a bad person coming in here to do more bad things. And me and your father maybe have not done some great things either. Look where we come from. We're beings based on whim. And for this the first time in both of our lives, we found something that's bigger than all of us. We've sacrificed a lot to do it, and we've worked with people we're not proud of. But there's something real strange going on.
If you tell us, maybe we can help and do the right thing.
I'll tell you. If you promise not to let this one go back and tell the rest of her kind what we're working on.
I think you gotta help us understand what's going on right now, man.
We're still figuring it out. Look, we already knew there was some weird connection with you and that red Exandrian moon, but we only have the light of Katha in the Fey realm.
Well,
You don't have... Wait, you don't have the red moon in the Feywild?
Ruidus is terrestrial to Exandria. Only Katha's light from the Moonweaver finds its way to the Feywild.
except now.
Except for about 7 or so years ago, it began poking through. And what many have been kind of figuring out, that's strange and odd. It's been offering some odd boons on that side that the Unseelie have been more than eager to try and utilize. But the more we began to look into it, because of its connection to our Fearne, the more we found there's a lot of unhealthy history behind that moon. And your father had, well, as part of his attempts to try and figure this out, he began to have visions, and nobody believed us. We beseeched the Seelie to help, but they didn't believe us, because we're, untrustworthy folk.
Criminals, you're criminals. Okay.
That word doesn't really hold as much weight as you think it does in this group.
Especially not in this city.
Keep going.
Well, what do you mean visions? What kind of visions would he have?
He said he saw something about this red moon tearing through in the Feywild and just leaving devastation in its path. And in the center of it, he kept seeing you.
You?
Her.
Me?
Yes, Fearne.
Okay. Oh. That sounds... Did I do something wrong?
No, you've done nothing wrong. That's why we didn't take you with us, because we knew when we did what had to be done, we'd be considered fugitives. Paragons, whatever the word is, the P word. No, it means you've been cast out.
Prize.
Prize, that's the thing. Sorry, I wasn't as well learned as some of you.
It's a strange word anyway.
That's why we left you with Maury, because we knew you'd be safe there and they wouldn't connect you to us while you were there.
Dips for a second, and Orm, lightning fast, slashes both of her sleeves. Doesn't cut her at all, but rips open both of the sleeves at the shoulder. Spins it around.
If you wanted to get my coat off, all you had to do was ask. The face morphs again to a very attractive half-elf man.
Hard pass.
Oh, what a pity.
Kind of thought I was special, but I...
Oh, you are.
No, it's fine. You don't try
Oh,
to
I
make
meant
it
it.
better.
Who knows?
Take your basic ass looks and get the fuck out.
I change into Ashen and I'm like, so long, motherfucker! I'm angry!
Bernie slams the door. Takes a deep breath.
That was pretty funny.
That was actually pretty good. That was...
You don't sound like that.
Should we tell them about Ozan? What if that's who they're referring to.
Getting worse.
Like as far as Hondir goes?
Well, the people who also know.
I mean, we should probably tell them.
Okay. Okay.
It's getting worse.
Gotta match the volume, guys.
Probably, yeah. Traps,
I just said pass the souls.
They're quite friendly.
You also see there are a number of crossbows that are kind of bolted into the ceiling with ropes attached to them that all swing back to one large chair that's facing the entryway door.
Nice.
And he has it kind of like tied off to the side, and he's like, oh, just be careful not to trip on this. It'll be very bad for somebody sitting over there. And also, and he begins pointing out, and you can see there's, the dynamite sticks that you purchased.
Oh.
There's at least 12 or so that are
Yo.
embedded at different areas within here.
He wasn't lying. Ah! I smack Imogen. Why? Watch out for your fireball. There's dynamite everywhere.
What?
Fireball?
Yeah, a little light.
The
You made a
fuck?
fire?
It's made of electricity.
Oh. Sorry about that. Is your face okay?
Why did you just slap Imogen?
Why didn't want to kill all of us?
Wait, why would you do such a thing?
So Chris.
Use your words, Chad.
Thanks.
Carry
You
on.
don't even make me a toy like you make for everybody else, and then you slap me across
Well,
the
yours
face.
is quite intricate. It's got more to it than the others.
I haven't seen you working on it at all.
It's a slap guard.
That's part of it. It's the mystery.
Anyway, please, somebody...
Carry on.
somebody
Start over from the top when blades are not drawn. Walk us through what it is that you guys are doing here.
that's fair enough. So we're not the kind of folks that were usually interested in this sort of strange oracle visions or, science-y bad stuff. We just kind of, got by. We enjoyed the occasional revelry. We enjoyed the occasional prank. We took what we needed, but never left anyone in a bad spot that didn't deserve it. Made a reputation that sometimes we were proud, sometimes we weren't. But, that was how life worked on the outskirts from where we're from. And it was on one of our excursions out here that we I decided that after some frustrated conversations with a few folks that we didn't like so much back home, we wanted to bring you into this world. So we took a little vacation out here, and we held up in the verdant expanse of Tal'Dorei and just watched the stars, and after I gave birth to you, something weird happened. I had a weird red moon that I didn't really know much about. It just kind of lit up suddenly, glowed brightly. The entire forest was given this kind of crimson hue I'd never seen before, and it was ominous but weirdly beautiful. And you came into the world screaming, and we thought it was a beautiful omen. And then we began to ask about it and heard maybe that wasn't the case. And began kind of looking into it a little bit, and there was a tumultuous history about this Ruidus. But, thought maybe it was a fun prank someone was playing on us. Then Ollie got into a bad patch of some root and herbs, as we like to gather and imbibe in, and kind of went down a bit of a mental rabbit hole for a couple days. But when he came back, he had this terrible dream. We thought it was this idea that same red moon that brought you into this world was following us. And when it was going to find us or find you, it was going to... Well, he saw that red just eat away
at the Fey realm. That light just burned it into dust. And we thought it was a dream, but then within the next year it showed up. Briefly in the sky. And some folks around that we were familiar with and lived on the outskirts like us saw it too, but then it went away. But we still felt it was there, and so we started asking questions. We got laughed out of the Sealy Court. We got laughed around, and then we went to the darker side of the Feywild, and there, once we passed a certain threshold, there it was. Like that moon was being obscured.
What do you mean?
Meaning some sort of unseelie magic was keeping others from paying attention to it. We got real curious as to why. And that's when we found this. Me and your father are real good at getting around unnoticed. And so we started poking around. We started looking for why they were doing this. Because we thought it pertained to you and your safety. And we saw this meeting, this clandestine sort of gathering of some of the higher court members. And they were meeting with some folk not from the Feywild, dressed too nice and terrestrial, like a flare. And they were all building, in the process of designing this machine that was focused towards the red moon. And we just got a bad feeling about it. We didn't know what it did necessarily, but it couldn't have been good, right? That was what Ollie had seen. And because of this information, the ire of the highest temples are upon the Verity, upon myself. But this truth is important, both pertaining to this scenario and just for the world to know. While the study needs to continue, the Verity believes it references in the highest temples that there is a time before Ruidus. There are texts where Katha was the only moon above. A period of time in the founding in which Ruidus did not exist.
Wait.
When was the founding again? Is that post-calamity, pre-calamity?
The founding was when the gods came to Exandria and created us, everything.
And there was no moon then, or it's no second moon.
It was just Katha then.
So who put the moon there?
That is the question. This is one of the things that began the heavier studies into the Omen archive. The other thing is apparently some of these texts refer to two gods that don't exist in the Pantheon.
What?
And haven't since.
Are they
Forgotten deities.
imprisoned?
I told you, this was dangerous information.
I just wanted to know what league we were playing in.
Gray Assassins an entirely separate threat? Or are they out of Vasselheim?
I don't know.
know.
They could very well be out of us.
Everything everybody wants.
Is there anybody else involved in this at this point? Like the Shadow Realm people, are they having Ruidus issues too? I don't know.
I don't know. You have to talk to Ryn. There's a member of the Verity who, their specialization is in traversing various realms.
What's their name?
Ryn.
Oh.
What? Who?
Ryn?
That's right, Lane Walker Ryn. Wait, who the fuck? Wait, hang on. I wrote that down.
Who's that?
DM recap.
Planewalker Ryn.
Planewalker Ryn. Oh, right.
Hang on,
Wait,
wait.
how do we know? How do we know?
Hang on.
Another campaign?
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, you briefly went into a laboratory in the fire plane in campaign
That was theirs.
2. That was theirs, yeah.
That's right. And they were stowed away. And they were in hiding.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they wanted to.
Also Ruidus born.
And she,
Like you.
And she has dreams, wild dreams about a large storm and a
Both
red
of them
storm.
look at each other. Look back.
They're connected.
was your mother's name?
Liliana?
Liliana Timhold.
Yeah. Do you know her?
We've met, though it was a while ago.
Not a while?
It was a while ago.
A while ago.
She was a number of our, how do I put it? Our volunteers for part of the Oman archive study.
Yeah.
See, there are Ruidus born all across Exandria and have been for as long as the moon's been out there. But the rate of Ruidus born births has been slowly accelerating in recent times. This was part of the study in the archive, not my specific study. I was more in ley line patterns, and all of us kind of comparing and aligning notes for this. But I do recall that there are occasionally rare Ruidus born that exemplify a stronger connection with the Ruddy Moon.
How long ago did you last see Liliana?
Gosh, it must have been 12 years, maybe.
12 years?
I've been away from most civilization for a...
Where was she when you saw her?
She was in Eos. She came to the seminary to be part of the research. She was gifted with incredible capabilities. She was able to see beyond her eyes. She was able to affect the world around her in incredible ways. She was one of a few that had come to us exhibiting these powers.